Hey everybody, I'm just popping in to see if anybody out there has any challenges, observations, anything that they noticed today, wherever you are, that you want to process through. Remember, we are a closed group, so it's just us. It's just the people in the Get Real Circle that are notified of this. So it's a space where we can work out things together. And I just did a Facebook Live. No, just a video, not a Facebook Live, but I did a video for my class that I've probably told you about, my marketing class, to kind of process through some of the stuff that I observed today with our protest in Fargo. And I'm guessing that no matter where you live, you're at least aware of some protests that happened or um, stuff that happened where you live. I think in Fargo, I wasn't there, but I watched it on Facebook Live, and it appeared to me to be really um, respectful. It was really well done, I thought. Um, I went to Hobby Lobby and I got caught in the intersection of 45th and 13th, if you know Fargo at all, for about 20 minutes because the parade, if you will, they were walking down and they blocked a street. And so I'm processing through a lot of this on my own, the way I imagine it must be when people feel that strongly about something and they're ready to march for it. I think that's pretty admirable, actually. And I watched it and I was kind of proud of the people who were there. Dawn says the heightened political commentary. I enjoyed the one day that was without any political bend. Yeah, because they're. Dawn, do you want to pop on with me? Do you want to have a conversation with me? Just tell me yes or no, and then I'll invite you to be on, because I want to talk about this. Um, I'll talk with somebody with, like, if you want to be my person to talk to, Don, because I'd love a perspective. My phone is beeping. I'd love a perspective about something that I got a little triggered by today, and it was about what I'm calling truth. Like, what is truth, and how do we know what is truth? And okay, Don, I'm going to actually get you the invitation here, and I'll send it to you. Let's see, hang on a second. Let me figure out how to do it. I'm sending it in a Facebook message, Dawn, to you. Dawn. Okay. And then you can come on and then we'll talk. All right. So truth. I want to talk about truth because I want to talk about what your appearance doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. You're fine. Facebook user, when it says then the tables turned, if you would, whoever you are, Facebook user, there was a tab when you saw that I went live and it said let StreamYard know your name. And if you could just click on that, it's closed and it's just us, but at least then I can know who you are. If I'm watching you on Facebook, I can see who you are. But we're going through this thing called StreamYard, so I can't tell your name. So if you could do that, that would be so cool. And then Dawn, I'm going to see when you pop in. But so here's what I'm struggling with a little bit. What is truth and how do you know and who do you believe? Because here's what happened. And this is just me, but I was watching a lot today because I was interested. And so I watched LA and Chicago and Minneapolis, of course, and New York. And there were riots. There were police cars on fire. There were, things thrown, rubber bullets shot. There were bully sticks, whatever those things are. Hey, Don, good. I'm going to add you. Hey. You look good.
Sorry, I've been working in the gardens.
No, that's great. That's great. I'm just kind of relaying
Real.
this is real. This is what it means to be real, everybody. No, I was just talking about how I was watching today on TV. I was watching the real riots. Not that sounded bad. I was watching the riots on TV with the people in Chicago, New York, LA. It was bad. I mean, there were some really bad things happening. And I was watching these cops with their bully sticks and they were like jabbing people. And it was bad. And then I came home and I watched Fargo. And people were saying, don't go to Fargo. There's riots in Fargo. It's terrible. There's a police scanner that's saying all this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on in my town? So I looked online and I looked on Facebook Live and, come on. There was nothing. I mean, compared to what I was watching, it was nothing. Are you getting licked by your dog?
Yeah, I'm getting sniffed.
Getting sniffed. And I was just like, how do we know what to believe and whose perspective do
Right.
we believe about? So somebody's saying not looking good in downtown Fargo. They broke out police car windows, have overturned dumpsters on the street, and throwing rocks at officers. So that might be now, whoever this Facebook user is who's saying this. And I'm not saying that didn't, but at the time, at 6 o'clock, when people were saying it's horrible, it's terrible, that wasn't true. And I just wonder how do we know what to believe? And that's
Real.
my high horse right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I watched some of the live stream this morning. It was very mellow in Fargo. I was
Yeah,
proud of it.
I was too.
I wished I had been there. But
Mhm.
let me see. I may need to get rid of them. But I guess I thought, like, immediately when it happened, I was kind of impressed that there wasn't any political commentary.
Mhm.
That it was purely, wow, that
Mhm.
sucks, and that
Mhm.
guy should be prosecuted,
Mhm.
and we all agreed, right?
Mhm. Right.
And I
Yes.
thought, wow, I wonder how long this will last. like
Yeah.
it was refreshing that there was no political bend to it. There was no finger pointing. It was just wrong. It was
Mhm.
just wrong.
Mhm.
And it lasted one day. And I think that's what's breaking my heart more than anything. And watching, I watched the press conferences in Minneapolis today live, and the idea that people are coming in to be,
Yeah.
and then very quickly people pointing right or left
Mhm.
extremists. And um, I, you know, I just, I mean, some people started commenting, friends of mine started commenting about right or left.
Mhm.
Who the hell knows? Like,
Right. That's
how
so
are we making these conclusions?
right. That
And
is so
standing so
true.
fiercely by them.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I even read a comment today by an elected official that said, maybe those people from the alt right were hired by the alt left to. I mean, it was so bizarre. I couldn't
Wow.
make sense of it, and I'm just so. I just want to tune out for the rest of this year or for the
Mhm. Mhm.
foreseeable future, because I
Mhm.
just am so. I just can't believe we're this ugly.
Yeah. So that's what I would like to chat about because first of all, can I just say that you people who are here, I love that you're here. And
I
if you
can't
would,
see any comments on my end, so I'm
I'll
curious.
I'll monitor them for you. But if
Okay.
you guys wouldn't mind telling us who you are, there's a little when you got notification that we were going live, it said let Streamway have your name. And you don't have to, but it would be nice because then we could go, hey, Bob, but right now we're saying, hey, Facebook user. Yeah, I know. Follow the Fargo Police page. Yes. And the Fargo Police page, I know, has to be, oh, it's Matt. Thank you, Matt. Awesome. Um, they have to be conservative. I understand that. I understand that they're being, Hamida, thank you.
Gosh.
Awesome. They're being
Yeah.
cautious. Yes, they are
And they
because they
should be.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't, you guys, if you would have seen what was happening other places, you would see what a real riot is. And so it wasn't a riot, and it's not, I'm not excusing it. I'm not forgiving it. I'm not, I don't want these people in my community because I feel very protective of my community, especially what you said, Dawn, about people are being hired to come in and be rioters. I, I just don't understand that. It's not in my awareness why that would ever be in somebody's heart to be a paid protester to come. I saw a video, and again, I don't know if this is true. That's the
That's it.
problem.
Right.
I don't know what's true, but there was this video that I watched of a guy in a big purple mask, like the kind of the hazmat mask. I mean, kind of, and he had a black umbrella. This is in Minneapolis now. And it
Yeah.
showed him on this video just walking by the windows of that AutoZone and just smashing out the windows. Really, really mellow, just carrying his umbrella and going smash, 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 walking by the windows. And there was this other young man in a bright pink shirt, like the color of this, walking behind him, kind of going, what are you doing? And this
Yeah.
guy just walked, and he walked around the corner and he walked away. And so now people are saying, well, he was the instigator of the whole thing, and he's a policeman, and he's white, and he's blah 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 blah, and there's all these stories about all of this, and then we get into this, like, let's incite people. Everybody who's 6 feet 4 inches tall and white is a what? Come on, people. We don't think anymore. We don't think. And
Mm-hmm.
I get that we want to be cautious. I get that we want to be cautious, you guys. But when I was watching Leo Dempsey do Facebook Live, I was watching what he was doing on Facebook Live, and there was no riot happening in Fargo, North Dakota, you guys. I get that they had to do tear gas at 8 o'clock because they gave them a half hour to get out. They didn't get out. I get it, and I'm not forgiving this. I'm just saying, you guys, what is the truth, and how do we know?
Mm-hmm.
And have we gotten, Dawn, you said earlier, have we become? I mean, are we now living our lives in so much fear that I was outside today and I got a little bit of a sunburn. Now I've turned into another color, and now I'm somebody else, and now you can't trust me because my skin is darker than it was earlier today. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, you guys. I want to be able to have these kinds of conversations in this space, because this is how I'm going to work things out. And I am working things out of complete and utter love, because I cannot be fear-based. I just cannot do that. And I get that maybe I'll err on the side of giving people the benefit of the doubt when I maybe should be a little more skeptical, but I can't do it. Sherry. Okay. Sherry says, overwhelmed by the Me Too actions all over the country. I'm going to post this so you can see it, Dawn. I am now and always been a pacifist, a peacemaker, and gentle person. I don't understand why people feel the need to destroy property and hurt each other. I'm grateful for these pockets of peace. Yes.
I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm a believer that the pendulum shifts and it goes back and forth. And I just wonder if we've reached the far end where we have to come back, right?
I hope
Because
so.
I can't believe the hatred and the divisiveness and the hurt and I watch the news a lot. I need to cut back because it's really bothering me. And I'm astute enough so I can pick up on everything, and I watched, and I don't care for Republican or Democrat. I really don't.
Yeah.
But be honest. Like I sat here and watched Bill Barr stand at the podium and point to Antifa. And I'm not that familiar with Antifa, but apparently a left-wing far left destructive group, right?
Anti-fascist. That's what it says.
And how he just says it like so casually. Well, the governor of Minnesota is blaming all right. So I'm like, and they're all sharing intelligence, right? But we can't even, we have to question all of these people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're left questioning and left really not knowing the truth. But everybody very quickly then taking a side, right? We have to put our stake in the ground. It must be this. It must be that. And that's the part that I think our leaders are becoming very careless and are intentionally misleading. And I truly have grown to feel that we're all pawns. And this is just some giant game. And as we can, I think I first thought the pawn thing when I saw my own family becoming so engaged and so enraged with feelings about politics that I've never seen before. These are people in their 70s that live in a small community in Western North Dakota. And I think, where's the win, or why would you invest that much emotion into a position that has little to no impact on you, right? So I start believing we're all pawns. whether we know it or not. Some people are bright enough to know they are, right?
Mm, yeah.
And will be willing to play that game. And yet I think the masses have become, I think that's the difference today that I'm witnessing, that maybe I've not noticed in politics before, is the masses are the pawns. Like
Mhm.
everybody has to have an opinion. Everybody has to put their stake in the ground. And for what? For what?
Mhm.
That's why
Is it
I don't
okay?
know what. For
So would
what?
it be, do you think, or could it be that because fear, and I don't know if fear of what yet, but
Yeah.
fear, which is not true. Let's just say fear is anything that's not true. And the challenge that we have is that we don't know what is true yet. So let's not go there yet. But let's just say that fear is anything that is not true. And if that is what's running us, and the fear of, making a mistake, or the fear of, saying something that somebody will come back to you later, and, fear of having been wrong, the fear of a lot of things. The fear is our ego just holding on so tightly to us and keeping us small. And I'm using the ego term that I learned from Eckhart Tolle in A New Earth. It's a
Mm-hmm.
different way of thinking of ego than I have thought
Mm-hmm.
of before. But an ego, according to that philosophy, is anything that either makes us bigger than or smaller than we were created to be. So this is a spiritual conversation. It's going to get spiritual right now for a second, because I believe that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So if we're spirit wrapped in a body, then anything that doesn't allow us to be 100% spirit and what we were created to be is fear, is ego. Because
Mm-hmm.
it'll either be, I can handle it all, everyone should listen to me, and that's big ego, which we're all
Mm-hmm.
quite familiar with. It's about arrogance. And then there's this little ego, which is the imposter syndrome, which plays way too small, which says, I couldn't possibly say anything because I might be wrong. And that's me. That's who I've been being most of my life, the small ego. And what I'm learning right now is it's all the same. It's all fear. It's fear of being found out, that's why you have to push people away and be a bully, or
Mm-hmm.
it's fear that you'll be found out, so you have to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of those has anything to do with truth. And to
Mm-hmm.
me, truth is speaking this. I don't know the answer. It's being
Right.
able to have a conversation that says, I am a spiritual being who is going to be in a discernment phase that will feel uncomfortable because I don't have the answer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
And to me, there will be a feeling in that. There'll be knowledge, but there'll also be a feeling in my heart, and kind of an instinct in my gut that I need to line up. And that's how I'm going to know what is truth. That's how, when I watch something on TV, that's how tonight, when I hear that the scanner, Matt, you were helping. Matt is telling me, Jody, it's terrible. You were kind of, Matt, saying it's bad and things are happening. And so I looked, Matt, it wasn't that bad. And maybe it was my interpretation of what bad was and your interpretation of what bad was. I mean, I was watching all day, so to me it wasn't bad. But I think the Fargo Police Department wanted us to be aware and wanted to say, don't come downtown, which was right. But when you get on and tell people that there's a riot and people are throwing things, which is true, 2 bottles got thrown, right? It's true. That's not a lie. And 2 cars got, apparently police got stuck in their cars because people were, I mean, I'm not justifying this. I'm just saying that it can get blown way out of proportion.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend that lives downtown Minneapolis, and for
Mm.
several weeks now he's been like a photojournalist. He goes for these
Wow.
random walks downtown.
Mhm.
And I think it's his way of getting out of the house. But
Yeah.
I said, well, who knew what your photojournalism would turn into and what you would ultimately be covering? And today's photos were awful. Like
Mm.
like war, right?
Mhm.
Like
It does.
buildings left with one wall standing. And I just, I don't know. To me, there is something deeply, deeply wrong with our country right now. I just,
Well, and that would be the fear, I think. And I have to. just who I am. I, like you said, as the pendulum swung too far.
Right.
Yes, there's been this pent up for probably generations
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we've been trying really hard to fake it or to not see the truth, and we've been trying really hard to. I have.
We're denying the truth.
We're denying the truth. I
Yeah.
have. I have totally done that. And I
Mhm.
think this COVID thing was the beginning for me of, whoa, something had to settle and something had to get shaken up or to settle differently, right? And then when people are stuck inside and when they're not able to do their normal things and their economy, I mean, all of these, it was
Yeah. Yeah.
part of this, right? And
And
this police officer who put his knee on George Floyd's head, there was something way wrong with him.
right.
Way wrong for a long time,
Did
according to
you
his
see the
record.
video of the other side? I saw a video from the other vantage point.
Hmm.
We saw it from the left, if you will, and then
Right.
there was somebody across the street
Across the street. Yep.
videotaping from the other vantage point. There were two officers sitting on him
Hmm.
beyond that officer, which
Right.
has not been shown very much. And
Mhm.
so I just hope there's justice. I
Mhm.
think there has to be justice.
Yeah. Okay, so Facebook user who we don't know who you are, but Facebook user says, I will say this, I don't agree with people looting and rioting. When you ask why riots, why looting? As we all know, the riots began after the video emerged showing the police officer kneeling on the black man's neck. It is very clear why people are rioting because when they peacefully protest, nobody listens to them. I totally agree with this. But
Yeah.
here's my question for you all. Why police killing? Yep. How can a man in a uniform sworn to protect communities kill a man in his, I think you mean with his bare knee. If you want to kill a snake, you kill it from, it's Hamida. Okay. From, yeah. So yes, I totally agree with you. I have no answer. I wish I had an answer for that. It doesn't make sense.
I think that the comments about the peaceful protests, the football players taking a knee and being vilified for that, I mean, that's a striking comparison.
Yeah.
like, what is the right way? I
Mhm.
mean, I think that what we saw this week was just utter frustration, and I don't know that all of the damage that's been done was by those that are frustrated, frankly.
Mm.
Um, so I think that will hopefully be sorted out a bit more. But
So okay, the mayor just declared a state of emergency for Fargo. Okay, so what's happening right now that you know in Fargo? Anybody, is there a Facebook Live out there? Because I would like to know. So we'll have to take a look here. Uh, and again, if oh yeah, here we go. Okay, and if that's true, and I'm sure it is true. I'm not saying that's not true. Something has snapped in people, even in our little community, where I feel very protected and I feel very like nobody messes with my Fargo. Right? I feel they're setting fires and destroying property. Oh, so who do you think, you guys? Who do you think they are?
mhm.
Anybody have any feelings about who they are in this? Because do you guys think that they're like paid rioters? Just wondering. Something in me, I can't believe it's us. I can't believe it's our people that live here. I can't believe.
I don't know, Jody, if I agree with
Really?
you.
Really?
I just
Oh.
don't.
So people, do you think it's just people are so frustrated and upset and scared
I
and
mean,
angry?
when I mentioned my family members earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have an uncle in his 70s. Let me know that his guns are loaded. He's
Mm.
ready. I mean, it's essentially saying he's ready for civil war, right?
Here's what's
And
happening right now. These
wow.
people are walking by with guns on 7th. Where did they say this was? West on 7th, just past University and Fargo Brewing.
So civilians walking with guns?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh,
They look to be white with beards. Well, at least that one guy does. And again, I'm not there. They are not from Fargo. Thank you. Whoever said that, Facebook user, thank you for saying they're not from Fargo because
how
I,
do we know that? I'm
I don't,
curious.
yeah, how do you know? Whoever you are, Facebook user. Is Hamida, is this you? Because Hamida, you are so smart. And I want you to tell me that because I'll believe you. Um, this can't be from us, you guys. Really?
I
This is
disagree,
Matt Moan.
Jody.
Okay. Matt, do you think it's us, Matt? Do you think it's people who live here?
I don't
And
know
then,
that these specific people are us or not us. What I'm saying is that there is potential for this right here in our own backyard. That this is us.
so here. No. So somebody says no. They are not from Fargo. This is Matt Moan. No. So I have video of the tear gas in downtown Fargo out of a window.
Wow.
So I have to believe, where are the fires in Fargo? Carrie's asking. Carrie's lives in West Fargo. Okay, I believe in God, and I believe that I just believe that whatever happens, I know where I'm going to go. And I will never take a gun at somebody. I will never do that. I will not. I will take the gun. I will be shot then. I will never take someone else's life. I won't. So I guess if this is the end of me, then I know where I'm going. And I'm going out of love. I'm not going out of fear. I will not do that. So downtown Fargo is where the fires are. Matt, is that you, Facebook user? I live in Moorhead. I wish I had your names on there. Ugh. There's a way to put your name on there. I think you can go back to the introduction when we first went live and it said, let StreamYard have your name. Because it would be way easier to say, Carrie, Matt.
It was a link for me yesterday or whenever it was. There's a link in your initial like text at the top. I had
Okay.
and
Well,
it was
Matt,
more obvious on my laptop than on my
so
phone.
Matt, you're here. You did it, Matt. So I can see you, but then you went away for a second. So I don't know. And Sherry, I can see you. So you guys, I'm home by myself, and I don't feel like I'm by myself in this when I'm with you guys. So thank you for being here with me, and because this is scary, but I don't feel as scared for some reason. There's nothing I can do right now. I'm not. Oh, Carrie Hair with Care. Okay. Carrie's in Moorhead. So Carrie Sweeney. Okay. And Matt Moan is providing all the info. Thank you, Matt. Okay. So
I'm curious how is the determination they're not from here being made?
yeah. Who Matt, did you say that? You think they're not from here? They're not from Fargo. Whoever said this, oopsie, this right here. Could you give me some ideas about that? Is it those people walking with guns, or what do you think? How do you know they're not from Fargo? I would love to know more because I want to believe that too. I believe in potential. I'm so in love with potential. Sometimes it's at the expense of reality.
So I'm curious, walking the streets with guns, like it makes me think of when the people were at the Capitol in the state of Michigan, their
Mm-hmm.
guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had lengthy debates on this with gun owners and gun advocates, and I just can't imagine that the state house is the place for a gun. It just
Right.
um I just can't fathom that. And
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't feel comfortable going there if there were guns, right?
Right.
So it's my
Right.
voice being silenced because there is a gun.
Right.
Um, and the gun advocates would say they have every right to carry that gun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But is it a powder keg, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
all it takes is one shot to
Mm-hmm.
start it.
Yep.
That's what I mean by civil war. It will be so easy.
Oh, here it is, you guys. Here it is. Vinyl taco.
Oh no.
Vinyl taco and jail beers.
What's happening, Jody?
They're breaking out the windows.
Oh my God.
Oh, wowie. Can you see this? Taking chairs and putting them through windows.
Oh.
I'm going to cry. No,
Hmm.
this doesn't happen to me. This doesn't happen to my town. Matt says the people they have and are arresting are not from Fargo. Does it say that somewhere, Matt? Did you see that in news somewhere? I know how Minneapolis must feel. I don't understand. I don't understand that much rage. I just don't. I don't understand how people get that disconnected. How do they get that disconnected that they would feel that's the only way they can make a difference is by burning down somebody else's property and throwing things through windows? I don't understand. What is it that is missing in their hearts? And I don't get it. And I feel like there's got to be something I can do, and I don't know what it is. And it just, if I feel like if people had a place where they could, like connect, I think if people are looking to connect with somebody and they're feeling like they're disconnected and they don't have, don't have somebody to support them, then all they know how to do is to get together with other people who are violent and destructive. That's how gangs start, because people don't feel like they belong. And I want there to be a place where people can belong. And if, I put in my video that I did before I came on here, I said, I know I'm a scaredy cat. I would not be the one to like run into the fire. I'm not violent. And I've thought about if I would have been the person with the camera videoing that police officer with his knee on the other guy, would I have gone up and said anything? I wish I would have been able to say to that officer, please tell me what's going on in your mind right now that you are doing this to this person. Just tell me what's going on in your head. Because there's something missing. And
But Jody, at that moment though, in the moment of rage, is there anything going on in there?
I don't know.
I don't think that there's something to be articulated in that moment.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're probably right. Matt says they are not good people and they cannot constructively express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not good people. Is there evil then? Do you believe that there's evil? I have a hard time with that. I have a really hard time believing that there's evil. I think there's just a lack of love. I think the people that are hardest to love are the ones that need it the most. And Matt says, I think we can't worry ourselves trying to understand them. And Matt says, I believe there is evil.
Mm-hmm. I think I have to agree with that.
Oh, damn it. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. So then the deeper, whatever picture, the deeper conversation about that is then, is it for contrast? Is it so we can?
It's power.
Yeah, but what can, I get it.
Yeah.
So what can I do about that? What can Jody do about that? If I can't solve jail beers being looted, right? I can't even believe this is happening. I can't even believe this is happening. You tell me it's happening and I see pictures, but I can't believe it's happening. Oh. So that's happening in my town, to my people that I know. And what can I do about it? What can I do about it? So there's evil. Someone else says there's evil. The only thing that, what is the saying? The only thing that allows evil to thrive is that good men do nothing. I just thought I wanted to say to whoever's here from other places, go pick on somebody your own size. Go find a Chicago. And then I thought, well, why would we ever have anybody fight anyway?
But Jody, I mean, I don't care if these people today, I think you would be misled to think that we don't have these people as North Dakotans.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no, yeah, I know.
Pick on your own size. We got plenty right here. Unfortunately, I could make a list.
I know.
You know
So,
who you know some of them. Some of them are your friends.
oh, shush, don't say that. Okay, so pray. You guys, here it is, right here, Facebook user. Yes. Yes. Oh, and Matt. Okay. So Matt, I'm totally with you on this, Matt. I want so badly to go down there and start helping to defend Fargo. Yes. So do I. That's what I want to do, Matt. And that's not what I'm going to do because you also say the best thing to do is to stay safe and let the police do their job. Yes.
The only thing I can think about Fargo in this situation is it of a scale that we actually can apprehend these folks.
Yeah.
In Minneapolis, the crowd was so big
Yeah.
that the authorities were so outnumbered and so dispersed that there was no way to gain control. I'm curious how Fargo will do.
Right.
Because,
Well,
I mean, the pictures you're sharing are not of a scale that couldn't be.
yeah. Yet. It's not dark yet.
Right. Right.
Protest in Fargo beginning to escalate. So I'm looking at KFGO radio. The police need to deal with these thugs. That's what somebody says. Pray for Fargo. Thank God for a Facebook, you guys. What did we do before Facebook? So somebody's saying we need the law enforcement to just go take care of it. And there aren't any Facebook Lives, apparently. I don't have bad friends. What do you mean by that? What does this mean, Facebook user?
Well, I just said that maybe some people are your
Oh,
friends.
yeah. Who are your friends? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know I have family members that could fall in that box.
Yeah.
These aren't just strangers, is my point.
Mm.
North Dakota has 1 degree of separation.
Right.
They are our friends and family.
Right. Well, I suppose they can't do Facebook Live because stuff like that is happening.
Wow.
So that's coming down. That's tear gas, I guess, coming down an alleyway. And there were two young. It looked like boys.
This is the first time I've ever been tear gassed.
They're getting tear gassed, and people can't breathe.
Mm.
Wow. WDOY. Okay, so somebody is WDOY going live right now? Facebook user. So maybe WDOY is live. Oh, okay. Mayor Mahoney declared state of emergency. Yes. KVLY is kicking ass right now with live coverage.
Mm.
So KVLY apparently. So you guys, I think Matt, thank you. He gave us a little. Okay, there's something. So let's go take a look and see what we can find, and then let's come back. Okay, let's come back here.
Right.
I have a TV, but I don't have it in here. Do you have it, Dawn? You can look.
I'm just turning it on.
Okay. Maybe I have Kate. What do I have?
I'm not even sure I can get on.
Channel 4.
Figure it out because of the Fire Stick.
So let's
Yeah.
let's end this and then let's come back. So you guys, thank you for being with me on this. I'm sorry that I got a little emotional, but hey, that's getting real, right? We're getting real.
I'm getting real.
So thank you for being with me on this. I'm going to go watch for a second and then we'll come back.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.